Hello, I'm Mitch Kronik from Oxford University Press, Senior Publisher on Read Write Inc. And today I'm going to unwrap and show you some brand new publishing. It's a new edition of Read Write Inc. Comprehension, and it's for children who've completed Read Write Inc. Phonics and can comfortably read the grey Set 7 storybooks. So let's have a look inside. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so there are 14 weekly modules. So you get modules 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and 11 to 14, plus a handbook. And as you can see, the modules change colour every 5 modules, the covers, and that gives children a sense of progression and development as they go through the programme. There's a mix of fiction and non-fiction titles. So we have a non-fiction title here, which is all about India. There's also one about Mary Seacole and one about teeth and others. So today I'm going to go through some of the activities and give you a flavour of what is in this module, The Wish, which you can currently find on Oxford Owl for free to download, along with the teacher's notes for this module from the handbook. Okay, so let's have a look inside the module. Okay, so text 1 is The Wish, and there are 2 texts in each module. But before children read the text, the teacher will do a quick reminder of any speed sounds that they might need to practice. And then, using the notes from the lesson plan in the handbook, the teacher will pose a big question. Now, this big question introduces the text and challenges children to think about a moral question that's raised in the text. Now, this text is about a very poor family, and a man meets a unicorn who grants him a wish. And the big question for this module is, if you were given one wish, what would your family want you to wish for? So the children discuss that, and then before they read the text, they do a quick check on vocabulary to check for any potentially unfamiliar words. Then children read text 1 once, and then a second time, focusing on doing quick check questions which they discuss with their partner, and composing written answers to the questions to write about. So these quick check questions and questions to write about, you can see, are on every page of the text. So children get lots of practice in reading and answering comprehension questions. But it's not just comprehension in the programme, there's a whole lot more which I'll tell you about. So there are 3 spelling activities. Children learn to spell green words, and first they dot and dash the graphemes in the book and then write them in their exercise books. They spell words with suffixes and learn certain rules like drop the E when you add an ing, and they learn to spell red words or tricky words, and these words have all been drawn from the Year 1 and Year 2 National Curriculum spelling lists. Also, in their exercise book, children do an activity called Hold a Sentence, which is writing a whole sentence with correct spelling and punctuation, and they do a few of those. Then children read text 2. Now, text 2, it has a common theme with text 1, but it's shorter, and it's a jumping off point for their composition. They do some vocabulary activities around the text. So in this Think About Vocabulary activity, children will learn splendid, desperate, hopeful, precious, adoring, etc. And in the vocabulary catch activity, children will select 3 words that they found in the text that they found really interesting and might want to use in their own composition, and write them here and their synonym or meaning with them. So that's the vocabulary catch. There's also a lot of grammar activities in the programme. So this is Think About the Grammar. There are 6 grammar activities in each module. The first one here, children identify the adjectives and the nouns in these sentences and underline the noun phrases. Over the page, they change sentences from present tense to past tense by changing the verbs. They underline the adverbs in these sentences, and they add missing punctuation to some sentences. There's also a conjunction activity in each module. And finally, they circle the correct sentence type, be it question, statement, command, or in some of the later modules, exclamation, and then they add the correct punctuation to the end of each sentence. Then children do build a picture. And build a picture is when they take rather basic sentences like the palace was beautiful, and with the help of the teacher in discussion, they expand the sentences to a richer, longer, more descriptive sentence. And that leads into a composition that they do. And the composition is linked to text 2 and linked back to the big question, which, if you remember, is if you were given one wish, what would your family want you to wish for? So the children enroll, interview the king, who is King Melancholia, from text 2, and talk about what he might wish for, and then the teacher will model some of the writing to finish off the text, because he has given this wish, and they finish off the text. The teacher starts by modelling some of the writing, and then the children do their own compositions in their exercise books, and of course once they finish that, they proofread for correct punctuation and spelling. And then finally, in the module, there is a review of the big question. So once children have done their week's work on the module, they consider if they want to change their initial response to the big question, and that ties it up very neatly. So you can see how the comprehension programme can increase children's reading fluency and their comprehension and response to text, plus it can improve their writing by developing their vocabulary, grammar and spelling knowledge. So that's the module. Let's have a look now at the handbook. Okay, on the contents page we have a blueprint lesson plan, because the activities follow the same pattern throughout, and module lesson plans. So if we go to page 13, you'll see a suggested timetable. This is a weekly timetable for an hour a day for the programme. And the lesson plans, as I say, there is a blueprint lesson plan for the generic activities in each of the modules, plus there is a module lesson plan which has the specific questions, prompts or instructions for the activities for each module. So here we have the module lesson plan for the wish, and there are cross-references to show really clearly how to use the two types. In the appendix of the handbook, there are instructions on how to do the spelling activities for the green and red words, plus there is a list of the green words and the red words used in the modules. There's a reading assessment so that you can check children are ready to start on read, write, comprehension, and then there's guidance on marking. There is a writing assessment for every half term, and there's a list of the grammar, very useful list of the grammar that's in all the modules, and links to the grammar that's been taught in Read, Write, Phonics if you've used that programme beforehand. Finally, there is a grammar and spelling answer key for all the grammar and spelling activities in the modules. So it's a really easy to follow handbook to go with the comprehensive comprehension programme. And the programme is aimed at children in year 2, so that's primary 3 for schools in Scotland, But you may have some children in later years who need to improve their reading fluency and writing, who may also benefit from the programme. And of course, it's the perfect bridge between Read Write Ink phonics and Read Write Ink literacy and language. So if you want to find out more, you can download a free copy of this module, The Wish, from Oxford Owl, along with the teaching notes from the Handbook, so you can assess the programme. Or you can contact your OUP educational consultant to order the programme. Just visit oxfordprimary.co.uk/consultant or call 01536 452 610 to talk to our customer services team. Thank you for watching.